Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Coin number 1. Today's video is going to be really exciting because we are diving into one of the most iconic and talked about coins in the history of the United States of America, the Washington quarter dollar, minted in the year 1776 to 1976. This coin is not just a piece of change, it is a symbol of America's bicentennial celebration and has become a shining star in the eyes of collectors all around the world. So listen carefully, because I will share with you the uniqueness, the rarity, and the thrilling details of this coin that can make it a valuable treasure in your collection. The 1776 to 1976 Washington quarter was issued to mark 200 years of American independence. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that carries the spirit of freedom, the story of struggle, and the pride of a great nation's history. It features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front, but the reverse side is where the magic really begins. Instead of the usual eagle, the design proudly shows a colonial drummer representing the Revolutionary War and the spirit of independence, with a torch of victory surrounded by 13 stars symbolizing the original colonies. This design alone makes it stand out in the world of coins and makes collectors hunt for it passionately. Now, many people may not realize this, but these bicentennial quarters were minted in very large numbers for circulation, which means you might even find one in your pocket change. But here's where things get really thrilling for collectors. The real treasures are the special variants, the proof issues, the silver-clad versions, and of course the error coins. Some quarters were struck in 40% silver and were sold in special collector sets, and today they are highly desirable because silver content alone gives them extra value. The real excitement comes with error coins. Imagine finding a double die strike where the design looks shadowed, or an off-center strike where part of the image is shifted, or even planchet errors that give the coin a unique identity. These error coins are the true gems for collectors, and their prices can shoot sky high at auctions. In fact, some of these bicentennial Washington quarters have sold in auctions across the United States for thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and error type. For example, one error piece sold for over $5,000 in a major U.S. auction, while pristine silver-proof versions are regularly fetching hundreds of dollars among eager buyers. Collectors love this coin because it tells a story, and owning one is like owning a piece of American history. If you are a coin collector or even someone new to this hobby, here's a tip for you: always check your 1776 to 1976 quarter carefully. Look for the S mint mark, which indicates San Francisco proofs, or the special silver issues that were sold in collector sets. Check the coin's condition, because the cleaner, shinier, and more preserved it is, the more value it can bring. And most importantly, keep an eye out for those rare errors, because that is where the jackpot really is for coin hunters. The market for these bicentennial quarters is strong, and demand has only grown over the years. Auction houses, online coin markets, and collectors' fairs across cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago have seen these coins trade hands at impressive values. Imagine walking into an auction with just a quarter in your pocket and walking out with a check worth thousands of dollars. That is the magic of rare coins. So what is the original market value of this rare Washington quarter dollar from 1776 to 1976? In perfect condition, and especially with errors or silver-proof varieties, these coins can reach as high as $5,000 in today's collector market. This is why the bicentennial Washington quarter is such a thrilling piece to own. It's not just currency, it's history, art, and a potential treasure all in one. If you have one of these coins tucked away in a jar or hiding in an old collection, it's time to look at it closely. You might be sitting on a small fortune. Thank you for joining me today on this exciting journey into the story of the Washington bicentennial quarter. If you enjoyed learning about this coin and want to hear more about the rare treasures hiding in your pockets and collections, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss our future discoveries. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your coins safe, and your passion for collecting alive. Coin number 2. We are diving deep into one of the most fascinating quarters in American history, the Washington quarter from the year 1965. Now don't scroll away and don't miss a single second, because what I'm about to share with you is full of thrill, rarity, and unbelievable stories behind this coin that every collector should know. If you are a coin finder or a passionate collector, this video is going to make you hold your breath with excitement. The 1965 Washington quarter is not just another piece of pocket change. This coin marked a historic turning point in United States coinage. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper, but starting from this year the government made the switch to a copper-nickel clad composition. This change was huge and it created a lot of mystery and curiosity among collectors. Imagine the excitement when some transitional errors slipped out from the mint. Yes, some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets that were left over from 1964. Those are the coins that make collectors go absolutely crazy. Think about it like this: you are looking at a coin that may look ordinary, but when tested it shows that it is silver instead of clad. That is when the true magic begins, because such pieces have sold for shocking amounts in coin shows and auctions across the country. Collectors in places like New York and Los Angeles have battled fiercely to grab these rarities when they appear because they are so few in number and so highly prized. But even beyond the silver planchet errors, there are many other reasons why the 1965 quarter is such a hot topic. There are examples with double die errors where the lettering and numbers look shadowed, there are off-center strikes where part of the design looks misplaced, and there are planchet flaws that make each error coin unique in its own way. Every single error adds personality and rarity to the coin, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Now let me give you some tips if you are a collector or just someone who loves checking through pocket change. Always look closely at the weight of your 1965 quarter. A regular clad quarter will weigh about 5.67 grams, but a silver planchet error will weigh closer to 6.25 grams. That little difference can mean the difference between a common coin and a treasure worth thousands. Also pay attention to the details on the coin. Strong luster, sharp strikes, and error markings are what turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The demand for 1,965 quarters with errors is extremely strong. Auction houses and online markets have seen these coins sell at jaw-dropping prices. In fact, some of the silver planchet error quarters from 1965 have crossed over $7,000 in live auctions where eager collectors bid furiously to own a piece of this rare mistake. And even high-grade regular clad examples in pristine uncirculated condition are bringing in handsome prices in the collector market. So what is the original market value of a rare 1965 Washington quarter dollar? In top condition and especially with silver planchet errors, these coins have sold for as much as $7,000 in the United States collector market and auctions. That's the thrill of the 1965 Washington quarter. It is more than just a coin, it is history, it is a story of change, and it is a rare chance to hold something that could turn into real fortune. So my friends, check your old collections, look through your stashes, and maybe even dig into those jars of old change, because you never know, you might be holding a hidden treasure right in your hand. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Washington quarter of 1965 and want to keep discovering the hidden gems of coin collecting, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. There are so many more stories waiting to be told and treasures waiting to be found. Stay tuned and keep the passion for collecting alive. Coin number 3. We are going to talk about a piece that looks simple at first glance but hides a world of rarity and mystery inside it, the United States Washington quarter dollar from 1971 with the Denver Mint mark. This is not just an ordinary coin you might find in your change, it is a piece that could hold surprising value if you know exactly what to look for. So listen carefully and don't miss a single moment, because every detail could lead you closer to a hidden treasure. The Washington quarter from 1971 is part of the copper-nickel clad series, which replaced silver a few years earlier. Millions of these coins were struck, especially at the Denver Mint, but what makes the 1971 D quarter so exciting for collectors is not the ordinary ones but the rare errors and special strikes that slip through during minting. Imagine the thrill of discovering a coin in your pocket that was not meant to look the way it does, a coin that carries a mistake from the mint that now makes it unique and highly desirable in the market. Some of the most famous examples include double die obverse errors where the inscriptions or dates appear shadowed and doubled. There are also off-center strikes where the design is misaligned, creating a dramatic effect that instantly catches the eye of a collector. Even wrong planchet errors exist where the coin was accidentally struck on a blank meant for another denomination, and those are considered jackpots by coin enthusiasts. These kinds of errors can transform an everyday coin into something rare and extraordinary, and when such coins appear in auctions they attract serious bidding wars. Now let's talk about the beauty of condition. A 1971 D quarter in pristine uncirculated state, with its luster shining and no signs of circulation, will already demand a strong price among collectors. But when you add errors into the mix, the value skyrockets. That is why collectors are constantly hunting through rolls, jars, and old collections in hopes of finding a gem that most people overlook. Here's a tip for all of you who are passionate about this hobby: always check your coins carefully under good light or with a magnifier. Pay attention to the lettering on "In God We Trust" and the date, because that is where doubling may appear. Weigh your coin if you suspect a wrong planchet strike, because a slight difference in weight could be a sign of a valuable rarity. And most importantly, never assume that a coin is ordinary until you have given it a close inspection. The demand for the 1971 D quarter is strong in the United States collector market and continues to grow because error coins are one of a kind and every collector dreams of owning them. Auction houses in places like Chicago, Dallas, and New York have seen error examples of this coin sell for eye-opening amounts. Even online markets are buzzing with buyers who are ready to pay top dollar for these rarities. So what is the original market value of the rare 1971 D Washington quarter dollar with special errors or in pristine condition? These coins have been sold in markets and auctions for as much as $6,000 in the United States. That is the thrill of the 1971 D Washington quarter. It is not just a coin but a potential treasure waiting to be discovered in your collection or even in your pocket change. Every time you come across one, take a closer look, because you never know if you are holding a rare piece of history that collectors are desperate to own. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the world of the 1971 D quarter. If you love discovering rare and valuable coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the next treasure hunt. Stay curious, keep searching, and may your next coin be the one that changes everything. Coin number 4. Where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today I bring you a story about a coin that looks so ordinary but hides secrets that can surprise even experienced collectors: the Washington quarter dollar from the year 1974. You might think you have seen plenty of these quarters in your lifetime, but trust me, this one deserves your full attention because of the incredible rarity, the unusual mint errors, and the values it can reach in today's market. So don't skip a single moment of this video, because what I am about to share may help you find a true treasure hiding in your collection. The Washington quarter has been a proud part of American coinage since 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. By 1974 these coins were struck in huge numbers for everyday circulation, but within those millions of coins, special pieces were born at the mint that collectors today chase with passion. Some were struck with doubling on the obverse, making the letters and numbers look like they carry a shadow, while others were minted with striking errors like off-center designs or weak strikes that give them a unique identity. These small minting mistakes that slipped past inspectors back in the 70s are now treasures that sell for incredible amounts in auctions and coin markets across America. One of the most thrilling aspects of the 1974 Washington quarter is the possibility of transitional planchet errors. Imagine a coin that was supposed to be clad in copper nickel but somehow got struck on a silver planchet leftover from earlier years. These are extremely rare, but when they do show up, collectors go wild because they combine history, rarity, and beauty all in one coin. Now let's talk about the condition, because this is something every collector needs to remember. A 1974 Washington quarter that has been through daily pocket change may only hold sentimental value, but if you have one in uncirculated mint state with its luster shining and no scratches, that is where the value truly begins to climb. Coin shows and auction houses in cities like Chicago, Dallas, and New York have seen these higher-grade coins command strong prices, and when an error example enters the bidding, the numbers rise very quickly. Here's a tip for all of you coin enthusiasts: never overlook a 1974 quarter just because you think it looks common. Use a magnifying glass and inspect carefully around the date, the words "In God We Trust," and the lettering on the reverse, because doubling and striking variations often appear in those places. Weigh the coin as well if you have the tools, because a small difference in weight could reveal a planchet error that could change your life. The demand for error coins from the 1970s is at an all-time high because collectors are always looking for unique pieces that tell a story and stand apart from the rest. Online marketplaces are buzzing with buyers, and auction houses regularly present these coins to eager crowds who are ready to spend serious money to secure them. So what is the original market value of the rare 1974 Washington quarter dollar with special errors or in pristine uncirculated condition? These coins have been known to sell in the United States collector market and auctions for as much as $6,000. That is the magic of the 1974 Washington quarter. A coin that millions of people once spent without a second thought is today a star in the world of numismatics, carrying both history and value in its small frame. So check your collections, search your old jars of change, and who knows, you might just be holding a piece worth thousands of dollars right in your hand. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the story of the 1974 Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video and loved learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our next treasure hunt. Stay curious, stay passionate, and may your next coin discovery be the one that brings you both joy and fortune. Coin number 5. We are going to talk about a coin that you might think looks ordinary, but let me tell you, it has secrets that every collector should know. This is the United States Washington quarter dollar from the year 1980 with the Philadelphia mint mark, and the story of this coin is one that can thrill collectors and treasure hunters alike. So don't skip a second of this video because I will show you exactly why this coin is so unique, what makes it rare, and how much it can be worth in today's collector market. The Washington quarter has been part of American history for decades, proudly displaying the image of George Washington on the obverse. In 1980, quarters were struck in copper nickel clad instead of silver, and the Philadelphia Mint produced a very large number of them. But here's where the excitement begins. Hidden among those millions are special error coins in rare conditions that transform this 1980p quarter from ordinary change into a true collectible treasure. Some of the most famous rarities include double die errors where the lettering "On in God We Trust" or the date 1980 appears doubled, giving the coin an unusual and dramatic look. There are also off-center strikes where the design is shifted, leaving blank spaces on the coin, and there are even wrong planchet errors where a quarter was accidentally struck on a blank intended for another denomination. These mistakes are not flaws for collectors, they are golden opportunities that make the coin unique and highly valuable. Collectors across the United States chase after these error coins with great passion, because no two are ever exactly the same. Auction houses in places like New York, Philadelphia, and Chicago have seen bidding wars break out when a rare 1980 quarter with a dramatic error is presented, and the final prices often leave collectors amazed. Even online markets are buzzing with excitement for these coins because the demand is so high. Now here's an important tip for all coin collectors and treasure hunters: never overlook a 1980 quarter just because it looks modern or common. Take out a magnifier and carefully inspect the details on the obverse and reverse sides. Look at the date, the motto, and the word Liberty for signs of doubling. Check the rims and alignment to see if the coin may be off-center. And if you suspect a wrong planchet strike, weigh the coin carefully, because even a small difference in weight could be the clue that you are holding something extraordinary. Condition also plays a powerful role in value. A 1980p quarter that is heavily circulated may not stand out, but a coin in pristine mint state condition with strong luster and no wear can attract strong interest from collectors. Combine that condition with a mint error and you could be holding a coin that turns into a true prize at auction. The market for the 1980p Washington quarter is very strong and continues to grow because collectors from around the world are paying closer attention to modern coins with errors. They know that these are pieces of history that cannot be reproduced, and once they are discovered, they often disappear into private collections forever. So now comes the most exciting part: what is the original market value of a rare 1980p Washington quarter dollar? Depending on condition and errors, these coins have been sold in auctions and markets across the United States for as much as $5,000. That is the thrill of the 1980p quarter. A coin that many people spent without a second thought back in the 80s is now a highly desirable collectible that could bring you thousands of dollars if you were lucky enough to find the right one. So go through your old coin jars, check your family collections, and inspect every quarter you come across because you never know, you might be holding a hidden treasure that collectors are dreaming of owning. Thank you so much for joining me today on this exciting journey into the story of the rare 1980p Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about the hidden gems in the world of coin collecting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a future discovery. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin bring you fortune and joy.